Tudor and Naish nice and early.
So here we go. The opening bounce for the first preliminary final. It'll be Deere up against Barnes. But a free kick has been picked out right from the outset. It's gone to the Geelong big man. Mench is screaming for it. Barnes takes his time. He has a look from the middle. Goes down towards half forward. Down towards the 50. It's got to be pinpointed. And it was to Michael Mansfield. He was surrounded by Tigers. He passes into full forward. The pass is a beauty, and Shane Brewer will have the first shot for goal. Been okay in front of goal this season. He's booted 37. He's had an excellent year. Hasn't missed a game. Brewer for the first score of the day. Kicking from 40 metres, starts it way right. It's a very disappointing kick. It's out of bounds on the full.
And kicked that one. Still early days.
And Sandy, just some of the key matchups here. We have Aaron Lord on Matthew Knights and ruck roving, and Prescott has Hocking in the centre of the ground.
Turner towards the outer side. Interference surely. Barnes has claimed the mark, but it's a free going the Tigers' way. Deere to get it. Barnes can't believe it. Deere, left half back, plays on immediately. This is Gale off his step. Floats it down towards the wing. Mentioned from the side. Gale, that's a good sign. Brendan Gale the mark. Squares the ball. Wigney up from half back. Through the middle. Surrounded by teammates. Looping hand pass over the top. This is Bauer. He can run to the 50. Needs a good finish. He settles from 45. Kick is on the way. It's offline. Still in play. Oh, Rogers. Or was it Dafford? That looked a long way over the line, but they played on. Watch it again.
Well, this was a good piece of play. Initially the mark from Brendan Gale, and switching the ball across. Bowes attacks it. Buller's been playing it full forward, just kept it alive there. And this positioning of Bullis in the goal square has really allowed Richmond to attack that particular position, and Rogers, being at the foot of the contest, cleaned it up.
Yes, Matthew Rogers.
The Tigers down towards half forward once again. Oh, Michael Gale tried to soccer off the ground. He missed. Mench tidies up. And now Pickering goes down towards half forward. Tate almost pulled into one-hander. Wigney is busy. It's a high kick to the outer side. A floater. Pickering charges towards the football. Gary Hocking is there with him. Pickering goes short, and he finds Tudor. Back to Mench. The Cats suddenly go deep in towards Brownless and Ablett territory, and Billy, who was in such scintillating form against Footscray, is going to have a shot. He had a quarter that most players would dream about against Footscray, kicking 4 in the first term, 2 in the second. But he also gave away a couple as well. So this for the quick reply. Brownless stabs towards goal, and he pops through the Cats first.
Well, that'd be a great boost to Billy Brownless, as Sandy mentioned. A great start 2 weeks ago against Footscray, and was the real instigator of a 10-goal avalanche by Geelong in the opening quarter in that game. But things will start to settle down here now. We look at Bond has couched in the centre of the ground. All the matchups have been locked down now. Pickering has moved over to Knights, but we'll keep seeing the play from outside the square being able to come in and take him.
So back in the middle, Barnes goes up decisively. Mench charges in again. Off the ground by Campbell out wide. This is Tudor. Lacking support. Puts it across the line. Not bad policy. Boundary throw-in. A goal apiece with patchy rain. Stop just for the present. Pretty cool. Mench in front. Wigney from behind. Gale gets it away. Well done. Knights out on the full. That was bad luck. Now McGrath up towards left centre wing. Tim McGrath goes for distance down towards half forward. Barnes up one-handed, crashing in Brewer. Brewer comes again. Deere drags him down. Tape emerges with the ball. Well played. Gets it to Bond. Awkward hand pass. Wigney's got a problem now. Menz gets there to close him down. Bond hard against the line. Sends it back towards the wing. Great effort in behind the back to Gale. In fact, it's a free kick. McGrath was held according to the umpire. But good signs nevertheless. Gale marking that one. Just one mark last week. That would have been his second already in this one.
McGrath goes long up towards half forward. Deere comes over with a fist, waiting down his Pickering. He chips in towards full forward, towards the master. Brewer is there as well. Brownless also. Back to Brewer. Tried to get the hand pass away. Kellaway under pressure towards the line. And it's over for throwing.
Great defence there. Scotty Turner sufficiently high enough in the air to affect the spoil, and Duncan Callaway right there with him.
Gary Ayres, a wonderful finals player for Hawthorn, now in the coach's box for Geelong. A big day for him. The Cats have it inside 50 at the moment, in towards Ablett, but socket clear straight to Barnes. Barnesy from 47 metres, forced onto the left foot. It's a high kick, but it's away to the left and through for one behind.
Barnes playing a similar role to what he's done quite often during the season, doing the ruck work in the centre and then floating down to play as an extra centre-half forward, thereby putting Greg Deere in a very defensive position.
Cats by a point. Turner plays on, down the middle, ill-directed. They came from all directions. Colbert went down hard. It's picked up down there by Pickering, throws it on the boot, down towards full forward. Turner judged it well, kept his cool, comes away running up towards centre-half back. Low trajectory kick towards the outer side. Put down by Mansfield. Crashing in was Gale. Mansfield picks it up. He's slung. Manages to get the hand pass away. Couch quickly done. Brownless. Good evasion by Billy. Now he's in trouble. Daffy got him. In goes Campbell. Slaps it out. This is Michael Gale. He's busy early. Down towards half forward. Rogers waited. Scholl didn't. He comes away with the ball. Over the top. In space now. Pickering. Touches it down once. Through the middle. Goes with the left boot towards half forward. Good kick. Hocking.
Gee, Pickering's had an excellent start. Hocking is called to play on. He's 60 out. He wants Ablett in the pocket. He doesn't get him. It's taken over the line for a throw-in.
Sandy, in all the matchups, Pickering's just the one that's given a little bit of freedom here at the moment, and he's certainly making the most of that opportunity.
From John Northey back to the action. Tate soccers off the ground. And again, we'll see another throw-in. Stuart Wigney can't get there in time. Crowd of between 65 and 75,000 here today. Geelong going into this game, odds-on favourites, 7-2 on. Prescott got it away to Campbell. He goes in towards the middle. Mansfield charges, but has given away a free kick. Tigers will go further forward. Chris Naish. He too's had an excellent year. He hasn't missed a game. He gives it to Bond. Bond is away from 60 metres out. He goes in towards Bullis at full forward. With him is Handley. The two go towards the boundary line. It's over for a throw-in Richmond's left forward pocket.
That's where Richmond really need Nick Daffy and Chris Naish. I think with Paul Bullis being the full forward, the long ball in there, they've really got to be right at the foot of the contest.
Gale and Graham. Gale directs it down. Mansfield went down. This is Handley against the flow. Well played. Graham now puts the ball to space. Mensch left it behind. Now they've got a problem. Wigney over the ball. Did nicely in a tight situation. Here's Campbell. Prances about. Throws it on the left boot eventually. A high one. In from the side. Brown. Offhands Bullis. Untidy hand pass. Down went Rogers. Now an opportunity for the Cats as Graham gives it to Scholl. McGrath. Rogers okay on his feet. McGrath across the goal face. Back to Graham. Deep in his own defensive area to Handley. Thought about the hand pass. He's up towards half back. Plenty of Cats on the wing, two of them. And eventually Colbert takes the mark and feeds it over the top. This is Brown running towards the wing. He kicks towards half forward. Brewer should have gone for that one. Hocking. Flicks it on to Brewer, right on the 50 to Couch. Something good could come of this. Paul Couch down towards full forward. Brownless in from the side, has to punch away. And it's out of bounds in the pocket.
Couch just squeezed ever so slightly on that left foot, trying to step around, and the pressure from the Richmond defence has forced the kick away towards the right.
Just under 13 minutes remaining here in the first term. Another throw in deep in Geelong's attacking zone. Duncan Kellaway An exciting young prospect. He's had an injury-free season. Here's Barnes again to do battle with Deere. Hawking. Colbert. Lee Colbert. Goals!
Started well. They lead by 7 points. Deere goes up, thumps it down. Brown, well played to his own advantage. Around Broderick. Comes away from halfback. Mensch again, pushing up to Graham. Long probing kick inside the 50. Watch it behind. Well, Turner stopped it. Ablett knocked it on. Turner heads for the boundary line. Good policy, and across it goes. A cat lurking behind the pack there, headed goalward. And Turner able to control the ball off hands in front of him. Well done. So a throw in. Just over 12 minutes till quarter time. Barnes works his way in front. Turner again. He started pretty well. Gets into Bauer. Came back to him. This is Hawking. Gets it through the congestion. Brownless lunged at it. And is going to get a free kick. Well, he's a bit fortunate, I thought.
I just wonder, Dennis, how many times the umpires react to the reaction of the player rather than actually seeing the incident. Billy Brownless there, very quick to clutch his ear or the top of his head, but all it was a legitimate spoil there from Johnny Howard, his direct opponent. I don't know what else the umpire expected John Howard to do in that situation.
No, just a collision really at the ball. Still Brownless, point-blank range. There's Howard standing the mark. Brownless coming off a great performance against Footscray, 6 goals. Puts it through. His second.
Well, the turning point for Geelong, I think here has been that their back line have settled so very well. The matchups in the centre of the game, they're going to take some time to work themselves out, but Geelong, they're being able to run the ball forward. Ablett hasn't been called upon yet, particularly as a result of Scotty Turner's very good defensive work, but now Brownless continues to fill the void that exists in terms of goal kicking for Geelong.
Deere prepares himself. The Geelong chant goes up. He's up against Barnes. It's a poor bounce for Geelong. Deere gets a mighty fist down towards Broderick. He tries to farm it on to Rogers, who pushes towards the 50. Here's an opportunity now for Benny Gale. He's on his own. Swings on to the left boot. Pokes it in towards Bullis. Can he get there? Not quite. McGrath defends on the last line of defence. Their defence has been very solid. Here's young Graham, who can usually kick a ball a country kilometre. Up towards Lord on centre wing. With him is Knights, who's given away a free kick. Aaron Lord goes over centre wing. Pops it up towards right half forward, and Pickering takes the mark. He's been sensational. To the left foot, a Brownlow medalist in Couch. Up towards half forward. Once again, the pressure's on the Tiger defence. Turner gets a hurried kick towards the boundary line. Wigney is chasing. He'll be happy to see it over the line. He goes over the line. And another throw-in.
Michael Gale is the Richmond player with the job on Pickering, but really struggling to keep up with him at this stage.
Counts by 13 points. Mensch goes up, interferes. Tiger free kick. Wigney will take it. Stuart Wigney broke his ankle back in round 9. Great comeback. Kicks towards the wing. Graham did nicely. Off hands to Lord. A star in the second semi-final on this ground last season against the Blues. Mensch too close for comfort to Colbert. Now Pickering towards half forward. Good kick too. Ablett controlled the half volley. And now the ball confronted by Wigney. Out of midair by Colbert to Barnes. 55 metres out from goal. Back to Colbert. He's already kicked a goal. Not a particularly good kick. Turner didn't have the ball. In goes Riccardi. Knights played it well. Prescott, the hand pass away. Now Bauer runs it out. He'll kick towards the outer side. McGrath's in front. Rogers is closing. And they take it across. McGrath in front of Rogers.
Liam Pickering certainly is the key player at the moment, and John Northey needs to address that matchup. It's just not working for him at the moment with Michael Gale there.
Yes, he's had an excellent start, Pickering. Here's McGrath. Towards right half forward, towards Gary Hawking, who's inside 50. Wants something short, and he's got it downfield in John Barnes.
Sandy just behind play. John Northey's response has been to send Michael Gale all the way down to the forward pocket for Richmond by himself, trying to lure Liam Pickering out of the play.
Barnes is shooting for his first. The wild one from Cobram has kicked the goal.
19 points. Bounce favours Deer. Down towards Prescott. It comes back to Deer. Hurried kick gained about 10 metres. Off the ground down towards half forward by Gale. Marked by Scholl. So Michael Gale going to a forward pocket. David Mensch, who's been unsettling certainly for the Tigers early. And this man too, Pickering. It was Mensch who walked back. It was Pickering's man. And now a free kick on the outer side for the Tigers. So John Northey trying to reduce the effectiveness of those two players and make them accountable, Pickering and Mensch. There's Wigney towards the middle, ill-directed, missed by Barnes, should have marked it. Graham has been very good at centre half-back, tried to crash his way through, lost it. Couch goes down in a tackle. Well done by Big Deer. Poked forward by Campbell. Rogers is in there. Bond. Now Gale over the ball. There's a whistle meantime. It'll come back and Chris Bond will get the free. 22 games for Carlton. Swings it out wide. Naish on his chest. Nicely done. He's about 60 metres out from goal. They haven't been forward too often, the Tigers. In short for Bullis. Again, the awkward half volley in front. Handley had the bit of recovery. Scholl on the assist in any case. A man on in the opposite pocket. He ignores that. Goes a long way. It needs to be precise, this kick. Pickering gave a contest, but it falls to Rogers. 45 metres out. Offline, off hands. Behind.
Scholl was very desperate on that line there. He'd made the error with the disposal kick across goal. Tension was right, but the execution a little bit too forward into the danger zone, and Richmond had the opportunity to score.
25 plays 7. The Cats lead with under 8 minutes left. Ben Graham. One of the longest kicks in the game. There's a lovely drop punt that's belted out the back. Couch could soccer this further forward if he can get there in time. He can't quite. Wigney is there. Lord tried to tap it forward to Pickering. Pickering's going to be knocked up getting touches in this first term. Down towards half forward. Kellaway has it socked out of his hands by Brewer. Brewer is still going. On all fours, he tries to sweep it wide towards Tudor. Tudor looks towards centre wing. Can't see anything there. A chance now for Campbell to tidy up. He's almost caught by Colbert. Gets a hurried kick out towards the outer wing. Gale couldn't hold the mark. And the free kick is going to go the way of the young man, Ben Graham. He's on the outer side.
Sandy, just in that Liam Pickering issue there with Gale moving back. Pickering now really is Stuart Wigney, who was Mensch's original opponent, now is the accountable one for Pickering. With Pickering, 8 kicks and a handball, has been too dominant at this stage.
Graham, long floater down towards half forward. A push has been picked out. Gone against Barnsley. Not overly happy, and to be taken by Deer.
Claiming a push in the head. There goes the ball towards the outer side wing. Missed by Gale. Couch slides in. Quick kick. Gained about 25 metres. Hawkins in front. Down he went. Could have almost got a free. Play goes on towards the wing. It's happening in all directions. Mensch off the ground. Gained about 20. Brewer left it behind. Came again though, Brewer. Socket away from Deer. Still on his feet. Taken low. Surely a free kick. He'll get it. Well played by Brewer.
He's been aggressive at the ball all day. He started the day with a great mark against the flow of play. And Johnny Northey, they're really concerned about the application of his team to the one-on-one commitment that he would have sent them out there with.
Cursing his luck. There's Barnes. The 1 goal so far. Geelong have really unsettled the Tigers so far. Getting plenty of help. Down towards the pocket. Socket away by Gale. Intended for Pickering. Not much value there.
Well, the value would perhaps be, Dennis, is just keep giving Liam Pickering the ball and keeping the immense pressure that this sort of matchup's been created on Richmond, really keep it on them.
He's had 8 kicks for the quarter, which is a marvellous effort. In this first preliminary final, Brewer at the bottom of the pack once again. Pouncing upon it is Lord. Nick Daffy's down there with him. Wayne Campbell looking on. And a bounce to take place. It's been Geelong's quarter so far.
15 marks to 4 is a very dominant statistic, both in terms of the big men, but also being able to spin the ball around with good, accurate passing.
Daffy defends. Poor kick straight to Mensch. Mensch has a look down towards Ablett. Welcome back to the master. He goes short. Some very loose checking here by Richmond. Lord, goals.
Da, da, da.
Points. Ben Graham is off the ground. He's bleeding. Sanderson comes on. Or is he bleeding? Maybe from the leg. Sanderson in position. Play about to restart. Just over 5 minutes to quarter time. The Cats in total control at the moment. Down goes Michael Gale. Off the ground by Pickering. Down towards half forward. Riccardi playing in front. Michael Gale soccers it out wide. It heads for the boundary. In pursuit is Campbell. Will it run on? Yes, it does. Oh. And Mensch a step or two late. And Campbell playing it up. Boundary throw in. The birthday boy cops one right here. Whoa. Well, it was marginally out. Off hands. Daffy smothered brilliantly off the boot by Mensch, but a whistle and the ball will come back. Now Geelong have won their last 8 meetings against Richmond. The closest margin in those 8, 33 points. 6 times they kicked 20 goals or more, and the other 2 occasions 19. So at the present time this is nothing new. Deer goes down towards half forward. Gale's up in front. Through his fingertips. Couch behind. Claimed there by Bond. Knocked towards the boundary. And across it goes. That was Scholl. Boundary throw in.
Chrissy Bond there working hard right throughout the game. Has the job right in there on the centre. Aggressive at the ball at all times.
Gale. Inside 50. The Tigers desperate for a score. Want a couple of steadying goals. Broderick has it taken away by Brown. They're out of trouble once again as Scholl goes to the outer side with a high kick up towards centre wing. Barnes was there receiving plenty of attention. Michael Gale, and here's Couch. This time forced onto the right boot. A little chip that travelled probably 20 metres, but it finds Pickering. Elects not to kick, goes back to Couch, who kicks towards half forward. Tape tries to spoil from behind. It's effective. Waiting down was Bauer. There's been a whistle. It'll come back. It's a Richmond free kick. Ben Graham is set to come back out onto the ground as Tape kicks up towards centre wing. Gale puts it down towards Deer, who did the roving work on that occasion. Scholl off the ground, and a throw in on the left half forward flank region for Richmond. Looks as though it was just the blood rule for Ben Graham.
Sandy, Nick Daffy now has gone in onto Aaron Lord with Knights coming out to a half-forward flank, but Daffy and Naish only 1 and 2 kicks respectively at this stage.
Mansfield gets away a little too easily, and he finds Barnes. On centre wing. A long kick by John Barnes towards right half forward. Brewer was the fly. He couldn't complete the mark. Kellaway cops a little, but he eventually gets it out to Wigney, and Wigney gets Richmond clear. Back towards centre wing. He was looking for Gale. Waiting down was Barnes. He gives it across to McGrath. Geelong go charging forward again towards the 50. Hocking from behind. Unable to complete the mark. Colbert applies the tackle. Hocking caught by Campbell. A cry of ball from Richmond, but they play on until eventually a free kick has been picked out, and it's going to go the way of Jamie Tape.
He's had a fine season. Swings it out wide. This is Bauer on the wing. Down towards half forward. Broderick's in front. Pitched in front of him. Free kick meantime off the ball is going to Matthew Knights. He's been quiet, as Terry said. Superb last week. The inspiration. Bullets from behind. Spoiled his own teammate, Daffy. through, but without the ball. Well done by Scholl to Handley. Missing it was Lord. Minch knocks it back towards Lord. Handley brilliantly picked up by the big fellow. Charged down by Campbell. Sliding in there was Lord. Chance for Daffy across his own half-forward line. Back across the body, but only as far as Scholl. Pickering superb, 11 possessions. Couch has had 7. Lord getting them now too. Here's Sanderson up ahead. He's on the wing. Sanderson kicks down towards the 50. Out storms Ablett. It pitches in front of him. Goes across the line.
Geelong looking very fresh at this stage. Certainly dominating the ball. They've had in excess of some 30 possessions more than the opposition here. Geelong some 85. Richmond at 55.
Graham back on, and Sanderson after just getting that one kick back on the bench. There's Howard, tries to do the work from behind. Bauer unable to take it cleanly. In all Geelong at the moment, Lord picking up plenty of kicks, as Terry said, down towards full forward towards Ablett, Hocking, and Kellaway's almost had his head ripped off there. So a bounce 30 metres out from the Geelong scoring zone. And they've been doing the bulk of that. They lead by 24 points at the moment. Bond under real pressure. Goes wide. Billy Brownless, he keeps it in play. I don't think that his teammate Lee Tudor did, though. And we'll see a throw-in.
Boundary umpire's decision aside, it was a great kick from Lee Tudor right there in the hemmed in on the boundary line, dragging it around to the goal square. Another indication that Geelong looking very, very sharp at this early stage.
Barnes and Deere to contest again. Hocking through with strength and has given away a free kick. Barnesy finds it quite incredulous. Hocking also is not impressed. Did you see it, Terry?
I'm afraid I didn't, Sandy.
That's probably why they're nonplussed. Graham, an effective spoiler. Waiting down is Mansfield. A high kick towards the 50. The big pack comes along. Tape was the fly, but he couldn't take the mark. Brewers exciting to watch. Bauer there also. Kellaway and Hocking. And another free kick has gone against Gary Hocking. It'll be taken by Kellaway when he can pick himself up. Cats are preparing to make another change. It looks as though Hickmott's going to come back on as Wigney marks.
He's at left half back. Wigney goes for distance around the outer side wing. Knight's worked out of it in front. Scholl dropped the mark though. The hard work had been done. Mansfield in there, and a free kick is going Geelong's way to Scholl at the base of the pack. Taken high is the indication from umpire Kennedy on the siren. It stands for naught. It's quarter time in the first preliminary final. And certainly the Cats have got off to a flying start. Underneath all of that, Geelong were earning a free kick against that man, Matthew Knights. But at quarter time, they'd be very happy with this situation. Geelong 5-1 to 1-1. And certainly
5-1 plays 1-1. Richmond's solitary goal coming from Rogers. Again, it's a poor bounce in the middle. It hasn't been good. As Barnes follows it down, he soccers off the ground. Once, twice, you're down towards Ablett territory. Just about on the 50. He skis towards that line. Knights is there. He's claimed by Lord, but tumbles a punt only as far as Barnes, who marks just forward of centre wing. Vital that Richmond get the first one, but at the moment, it's Geelong doing all the attacking. Pickering has been sensational. 9 kicks in the first quarter towards Brownless and Ablett. Neither can mark. Kellaway waits down, thinks about the hand pass, then wobbles one back towards Gale in the centre. McGrath is an effective spoiler. A tackle is too high on Lee Colbert, and he'll take a free kick.
Colbert out wide, McGrath in space. Now Gale's got a problem halfway betwixt and between. This was betwixt.
And he should have taken betwixt too, Dennis. So cut Pickering out of the game as much as we can.
That between runs on and marks about 15 metres out. Son of a gun. Timmy McGrath doesn't get too many goals. Should kick this one. Geelong looking so good at the present time. But don't discount the Tigers' heart. 4 goals for the season. Tim McGrath. Important kick. And he's got it. Tigers in trouble.
Well, Richmond really haven't had a good start in any of the finals games they've undertaken so far, and they've really had to work hard to claw their way back. Well, they're in no different territory right now. They've got themselves into a position that they have to work hard at. The on-ball players, I think that what they need to do now is just release themselves a little bit from trying to curb the Geelong midfielders and get some offensive football going themselves.
So McGrath gets his 5th goal for the season. The Tigers try and win it out of the middle. This time they'll get a chance through Knights. Can he blast out of the centre as he did against Essendon? They need some inspiration like that. He looks towards half forward, but again, Barnes is the dominant player. Far too much height for Chris Nath. And he marks virtually unopposed. Plays on with it to Scholl. Over the top towards McGrath. McGrath's on the half-back line. He's got time to swing round. Have a look up towards the middle. Towards Paul Couch. Beaten by Bond on this occasion. Fisted down. But taken away by Mansfield, who gives it away. They're running free at the moment. The catch. Riccardi couldn't get there. Or couldn't hold it. And a throw-in to take place. And again, that football being pumped down to him by Pickering, who's been sensational.
But Duncan Callaway has been exceptional in defence for Richmond. He's held Riccardi. I don't think Riccardi's actually touched the ball yet.
He's been very, very quiet. Gale.
Wow.
To half forward.
He kicked it the wrong way, Sandy.
Well, that's the sort of pressure they're under. The crowd has gone berserk. And Barnesy may make him pay, although Campbell will get there first. He sockers it some 25 metres back towards Rogers, who's eventually taken over the line.
Not a good sign.
Bad luck for Michael Gale.
Haven't seen that since number 14 footy.
Well, they're rattled at the moment.
Wasn't Michael Gale then, was it? You didn't play against him. Don't be cruel. This is Rogers behind. That will crack a few mentions. Here's Scholl back towards the back pocket. Comes away. Good pressure applied by Naish. Kick spills out towards the half-back line. In front is Knights. Lord is right there. Cat and mouse across the line. It goes boundary throw-in. And as kicks go this afternoon, one of the Tigers' better ones. Got onto a spiral. Boundary throw-in about 60 metres out. Gale knocks it behind. Maxfield appeared not to have it. Here's Knights. Forced onto his right foot. Feeds it back. Gale. Big roar. Kicks it down towards the pocket. That's a bit unkind. Rogers was down there in front. It runs free behind and goes across the line. So a boundary throw-in. Cats bench. Sanderson looking very pensive. Charles wanting to come on. Can he give them some life? Bullis, who struggled at full forward. Rogers on his knees. Bullis running out of space. And across the line once more. So boundary throw in much the same position. And it's 6-1 to 1-1.
Dennis, a little bit of admission of Bullis being underdone. I think playing him in at full forward. You know, if he was fit as Richmond proposed that he is, he should be in defence where he does his best work.
There's a little bit of leaning there, but it's Brown who picks it up for Geelong. Pumps it back towards the half-back line. Dropped by Deer, but they've got the numbers. It's taken away by Wigney. He has a look down towards half-forward. It ricochets off the chest of Gale. They've still got it in the area only for the moment as Lord takes it away towards the wing. Here comes Gale. He's on centre wing now. Hopefully he'll swing back towards the left, and he does. Has a look down towards half-forward. His brother was unable to take it. Knights almost caught one in the back. Lord gives it away. He did well, Lord. Together they team. Now it's Mansfield towards Pickering, and he marks almost down to centre wing. Pickering's going to be knocked up by half-time. He's had 13 kicks. His 13th has just found Tudor, and he gives it to Graham. Graham to half-forward. Ablett at the back. There was a push. He gave a push, Footer, and he knows he gave a push.
Prescott goes out wide. Maxfield in space, runs away from half-back. Kicks through the wing, down towards half-forward. Graham, the better judgment. Gale flew over the top. Daffy cleverly away. Kill away. Gained about 10 metres to Rogers. 60 metres out. Not a good finish. Wide of the mark. Naish now surrounded. Lord tried to trap it. Still he goes. Chance for Bullis off the deck. Sliding in was Rogers. And he just missed.
That was probably the highest intensity that Richmond have been able to put into the play to date. So if they can keep that work up and just keep forcing the ball forward through weight of numbers, the ground conditions are still a little bit slippery, so the more players you have in at the contest, the better chance you have of forcing it your way.
They desperately need a goal kicker to step up down there, the Tigers. Here's Graham, who's been very good. Started at centre-half back. Long kick, and a very good one too. Should have been marked there by Mansfield. He dropped it. Knocked forward by McGrath. Pickering gains about 30 metres. It rolls towards the centre circle. Couch comes up to meet it. Bond did well to put his body in. Couch, though, flicks it out wide. All Richmond there. Campbell, need to see more of him. Chips it out wide. Now Daffy, the leading goal scorer for the Tigers. Too far out to score, of course. Goes to the pocket. Graham played it brilliantly. Angles the ball across the line and is getting a free in any case.
Midway through the second term here at Waverley. Tigers have added just 1 point for the quarter. Scholl holds up in the back pocket and then scoots away towards Mensch. Unable to take the mark. Wigney was the spoiler, but he's quickly bundled out of it. Charles lopes in and he lopes away with the football. Flicking it round his body, he's gone wide to Campbell, who marks just inside the boundary line. Another chip, and he's advanced at 15 metres to Charles. Tries to get clear. He does get clear. He's almost 53 metres out. It's long and low in towards full forward. Who's waiting down in front? A chance for the duck. Daffy! Yes!
Goals on the season. 5 in the final round so far. And that was a timely one. 37-14. Barnes goes up, knocks it down. He'll get a free kick. Charles charging into it. Barnes has been terrific. Cats on top. Barnes. Kicks inside the 50. Brownless. Oh, good effort. In front, had to work back and controlled it very well. Now he's already got 2. He's coming off 6 against Footscray. He's got a fine record in finals football. 8 against St Kilda in 91, 9 against Footscray in 92.
You need to continue to remind me, Dennis.
What's that nervous twitch? Just take one of these. There's Brownless directly in front. Kicks from 55. Long, inaccurate. In fact, it didn't have the distance. Turner has marked right on the behind line. Ablett making no concessions. Has to come back 10 metres short. That's not a penalty. That's just what he has to do. So Turner sends it back towards half-back. Up in front, Charles. Well done. Great discipline. Knocked down by Barnes. Taken by Tudor. He's got plenty of support. Picked up by Ablett. He's missed.
Doing just enough, Gary Ablett, isn't he? Just getting a little bit of ground time. He's only had that 41 minutes against Footscray in the last 6 weeks, so now just getting him through a bit of footy.
Bond in the back pocket. Swings it towards Michael Gale. He's on halfback. Heads towards Tate, who juggles a mark in front of Brewer. And he's on centre wing. Brendan Gale, roved by Lord. The Cats come away in towards the centre, towards Lee Colbert. He has a look. He better be quick because Daffy's charging him. He does get his kick towards Ablett. Used the body beautifully to keep out Turner, but couldn't quite hold the mark. Here's Brownless, though. Between centre wing and right half forward. John Hout, the man on the mark. He wants Ablett. He's got it. Oh! He plays on again unselfishly. I think it's going to come back. Charles and Pickering having a not so quiet debate. Justin Charles having plenty to say, but the bottom line is the ball will come back to Gary Ablett.
Justin Charles has a real chance to influence the game. He's not going to influence it in that manner. He needs to just keep a level head, really attend to his task on Johnny Barnes and try and cut down some of this run through the Geelong midfield. But here we see Ablett from behind really just being aggressive at the ball, and Michael Gale, the unfortunate recipient of the knee in the back.
Gary Ablett is going to be kicking from 45. He's lost none of the magic.
As it was at half-time last Saturday, can they do it 2 weeks in a row? That's asking a lot. Lord Soccer's off the ground, down towards the attacking 50. Tate out-socket on that occasion. Well done by Brewer towards the pocket. Riccardi tries to keep it alive, can't. And a boundary throw in. (7-2 to 2-2). Riccardi hasn't seen a lot of the ball this afternoon. Bullis knocks it down. Brewer Soccer's off the ground, and again very adept at doing all of that. Gets it across the line. It'll be thrown in. Shane Brewer, an emerging player. Geelong dominating in all categories. Barnes to the front. Maxfield going nowhere. Tate uncharacteristically fumbled. Bowers in there. Charles on his knees. Bond. Plenty of heart from that man. Knocked away by Prescott. Was he taken high? Not according to the umpire. Admonishing finger. Well, Tudor was watching the ball. Technically perhaps a kick. Charles lost it. Brewer again off the ground. Barnes. Ablett in front. Riccardi gets the goal. His first kick. We'll call it a kick.
Well, Duncan Callaway has done such a fine job in defence here on Riccardi, but just being aggressive at the ball here, Riccardi puts a foot in where Duncan Callaway is prepared to put a body in. Perhaps the defender was unfairly dealt with on that occasion.
The margin is now 36 points. They're out of the middle again by Hocking. Across to Mensch. He charges to half forward. Tape at the back. Well done by Brewer to push it deep into the attacking zone. Riccardi, a little flick, will regain it himself. Is that going to bring him to life? A game of tunnel ball just for the moment. Repelled by Campbell, who gives it to Bauer. His kick is too wide. It's out of bounds on the full. Testing time for Richmond and John Northey. Not so Pickering, who's had a wonderful day. His kick under pressure goes towards the boundary line. Again kept in. The ball bouncing right for Geelong at the moment. Tudor won't keep that one in play. Runs into Nathan Bauer on the boundary line. So a throw in on the outer side. While Northey is concerned, Gary Ayres must be reasonably happy with the way things are going at the moment. Bond will pick himself up at the bottom. A bit of a shake of the head.
I think that was friendly fire that got him.
Barnes again wins it. It's socket off the ground, down inside 50, but only for a moment before once again going over the line. Pickering. It's been his day for the moment, the former North Melbourne boy. Wouldn't Barry Stoneham dearly love to be out there? At one stage in the season, he contemplated coming back. In fact, thought he may make it. But it wasn't to be. He'll now set his sights on next year. Brewer, a little chip. The bounce is not a good one. He's caught. He's pushed in the back. He's got a free kick.
Very well played.
Yeah, you've got a little man in front of a big man, and Lord just buckling at the knees sufficiently for the momentum of Justin Charles to come over the top there. Exuberant there. Geelong now, that's 31 free kicks to Richmond's 16, but has been a result more of being in that front position than any favouritism from umpires, I'd suggest.
Lord for his second goal. His only other one came in the first quarter. He's kicking from 35 out, but he's away to the right. And a one behind only.
The Tigers looking on there. Paul Broderick in the foreground. Scott Turner. The long bomb falls in short. Good grab by Colbert. So often the way when you go for distance on a spiral. Don't get them right. They fall in short. Ablett on the lead. Dropped the mark. He's dropped a few. Mensch soccers it out. Couch over the top. Tudor leads back in the race. Taken by Riccardi. No magic this time. Out of bounds on the full.
Richmond really need to generate some run, Dennis. The only way they're going to get the ball through the midfield is to start to spin it around, take a few risks in defence, and share the ball amongst themselves to get numbers running through the centre of the ground.
Power for distance out towards half back. Big pack at the fall of the ball. Mensch was up in front. Pickering went down. Knights, haven't seen a lot of him. Nor Campbell. They combine that time, and Campbell bounces the ball out of bounds about 25 metres further afield. Well, based on the season, you can't write off the Tigers at any stage, perhaps more than any other club. They've stuck at it in bleak situations. A hallmark of their football. But now they're face to face with their season. Mensch is in front, directs it down brilliantly. Bond dragged down. Gale. Well played by Colbert. Timely fist. Couch emerges with it. Kicks towards half forward. Hocking appeared not to have the ball. It goes out of bounds and it will be thrown in. Bewildered is Gary Hocking.
He's looking for an umpire. He doesn't find one. So we've got to throw in left half forward. Wigney tries to hoik it out the back. Lord sees it socket out of his hands. It comes in towards the centre. Maxfield's got to fire up. He applies a tackle there, but the ball wobbles through towards Michael Gale. He's caught. Still going. He goes again. And eventually loses the football. Campbell was there to help him, but the Cats are away. Hocking's on the end of it. He flicks it in towards full forward. Which way will it bounce? Ablett, use of the body. Look out, you're caught by bullets. He gives it across towards Riccardi. Riccardi sees it taken into the behind post by Matthew Knights, conceding a behind.
But Colbert's been a great addition to this Geelong midfield. Now doing some tagging work, but 35 possessions in the last round of the season against Hawthorn here, and then some 20-odd against Footscray in the first semi-final.
Turner to himself and then towards Barnes, who's been very good in the air.
He slipped over, got up and marked it.
Danger signs up here for Richmond. Bauer couldn't mark. Ablett gets the hand pass to Brewer. Shane Brewer. There's another one.
Spikes it out of the middle down towards half forward. Tate missed it. Bauer gets back in his own defensive area. They're playing this game in one half at the moment. There's Wigney. The Tigers defending desperately. Wigney down towards half forward. Gale juggled attempt at the mark. Rogers knocks it to his own advantage. Soccers off the ground. Brilliantly done by Brown. Timely fist. Look at Scholl. Through he comes. Dragged down from behind. Well done by Naish. Knocked forward there by Knights. It comes to Maxfield to Naish. He deserves to kick a goal. Well, the next best thing is Van Charles. Can he kick a goal?
Great work from Chris Naish, laying the tackle and then being up quickly onto the feet and being involved in the next piece of play has set up here Justin Charles for a shot.
Charles will kick from about 45 metres out. Played in 2 finals with the Bulldogs. They need this goal. Tiger fans will it through. It's good.
Well, it was a tackle by Tape last week on Kelthorpe, who was making a run towards the game, which really set the Tigers up. Now, whether this one from Chrissy Naish can have a similar impact on his teammates, well, we can only wait and see. But an important goal there for Richmond through Justin Charles to get as we approach the half-time break. A good one to go into the break with.
Yes, under 5 minutes remaining in this first half. This time it's Geelong who win it out of the centre. Down towards Ablett. Lost it. Riccardi chases. Prescott with him. Brownless there also. Brownless towards Riccardi. He bends it through for a miracle goal.
Oh, that was well thought out by the pair of them too.
2 kicks, 2 goals to Peter Riccardi. But they don't come much better, Terry.
Oh, no, they don't. Brownless involved here, but just a cute little put around there by Riccardi. 2 kicks, 2 goals. Round 22 here against Hawthorn. 9 kicks for 6 goals. He's becoming very much an opportunist down around the goal mouth for Geelong.
Yes, well done by Peter Riccardi. Knew they had the numerical advantage 2 against 1. He just kicked off the ball, let Brownless get it. And Brownless realised the same situation existed, got it back to Riccardi. Here's Gale, stood up in the tackle, well done. Campbell taken high as he boots it down towards half-forward. Charles charges at it. Mansfield knocks it down. Off the ground by Mensch. Wigney tackled by Mensch. Bodies go in willingly. Couch to Scholl. Well done again by Naish. Still Scholl. Over the shoulder, only as far as Gale. That's Michael Gale. Who boots it very high. Barnes in best position. Got a hand to it. Couldn't control it. McGrath gathers the bouncing ball. Swings it to the outer side. And there are cats everywhere. The outer side wing at Waverley is strewn with cats. Now a chance. Mensch got it from McGrath. Feeds it out wide. Not sure the best option. Too many there. Scholl centres it now. Intended for Riccardi. Was he pushed in the back? Not according to the umpire. Knocked away by Prescott. Couch was dragged down. Knocked out by Colbert. Taken by Brewer. The little shimmy. Gives it across towards Tudor. Slides off the outside edge of the boot. It wobbles towards the pocket. Gale's in front. Slaps it. He's got the numbers around him now. His brother made a beeline for Lord. They forgot about the ball. Someone had to go for it. Well played by Aaron Lord. Riccardi gets it to Tudor. Open goal. Turner gets back.
On the last line of defence, with just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Testing time now for Richmond. Geelong can really wipe them if they're not careful. Scholl has it 65 out. They lead 10-4 to 3-2. If it's not bad enough at the moment. He's going to be kicking from 70. He goes short. Mensch is alone. And David Mensch, who's kicked 28 goals for the season.
Very good thinking there from Scholl. Just picking up Mensch there inside the 50. The Geelong Richmond defence aren't able to match one-on-one just yet.
Not a good kick. And marked and half back by Gale, who gives it across towards Matthew Knights. Shepherding by Michael Gale, sees him clear towards the centre of the ground. Scholl is back there once again. He's popping up everywhere. Flicks it round his body towards Barnes and Brown. And it is the latter who takes it. Paul Brown on centre wing. Has Brown less right there. Off he goes to Couch, the left footer, like lightning towards Ablett. Here's another one, to Mensch. Definitely given away by Riccardi.
Brilliant. Margin is 50, as I said earlier, 30 points at half-time last week. They got out of jail, the Tigers, but gee whiz, it's going to be tough from here. Hawking to Scholl, you doubt they can. There goes the kick down towards Ablett, who marks on his chest. You think they can't. He's got one. And the falling rain now at Waverley matches the disposition of the Tiger players and their faithful. But of course, still a half to come, plus a minute 20. Gary Ablett kicks from 40 and kicks pretty well. His second.
Hope you're enjoying the AL.
Ablett! Oh, how about that one? That wasn't a replay. You probably noticed the difference. That was the sitting variation of the standing one we saw moments ago. John Northey in all sorts of trouble now. Watch this. Hard to defend, body to body, and somehow Ablett on his chest suddenly is going at his third.
Northey's problems aren't there in that contest, though. Northey's problems are back in the centre of the ground. That one just came out far too easily to give Ablett that opportunity once he put himself in the front position.
We mentioned their record against Richmond. It's imposing. Ablett adds to the Tiger woes. His third.
Three for the quarter now for Gary Ablett, and the rod is starting to set in here for the Tigers. Must take stock within the centre of the ground. Wayne Campbell has now moved in to take some centre bounce work, but that's where things have to be soft. Setting up these opportunities for Ablett is far too easily at this stage. Centre bounce, Campbell's in there, Michael Gale in there, and Duncan Callaway now has come down to take Paul Couch in the centre of the ground. But Howard there with Greg Deere, not an enthusiastic looking bench.
Given the choice of opponents, you get the feeling the Cats would send a limo for the Tigers. There's the bounce. One down by Barnes and a whistle. Richmond will get a free on half-time.
Blight did on 3 occasions without success. But it's not over yet. 62 points the margin. Here we go, second term. The Tigers want a sensational revival. Broderick is in picture, but he's hardly been sighted. Brown gets the hand pass away. Put his teammate in Couch under pressure, who got a hurried kick back towards the centre. Tudor is there. He's got to beat a couple, and he almost does. Bauer is claimed. The Geelong pressure has been excellent today. In goes Colbert. A hurried kick goes towards the half-forward line. No one able to take the mark. Miranda may get an opportunity. He elects to soccer off the ground. Mansfield lost it. He had it for a moment and lost it. So too did Charles. Now Turner kicked a couple of miraculous goals last week. Off to Broderick. He gets a touch. He passes into half-forward, and Nash takes the mark.
Johnny Northey's going for a true and tried method. Here's Scotty Turner from full-back to centre half-forward with John Howard now with Gary Ablett. And Nash coming into it as he did so last week, and Broderick getting an early touch. Some positive signs.
Nash from 40. The drop putt slams into the woodwork. One behind. 3-3 plays 13-4.
Chris Nash, his goal production up this season. 41. His previous best 38 and 91. Now Ben Graham. Normally a very long kick. Members side. Rogers. Well, he should have marked. He punched away. Broderick. Worked forward by the Cats. Weight of numbers. Hawking, a hot one. Couch over the ball. Rogers knocks it about 10 metres. Socket off the ground by Handley. Scholl, did he have it? Maxfield had it, then lost it. Turner feeds it to Nash. High kick, it floats inside the 50. Over the top, Graham defiantly. Turner slipped over. Brown didn't have the ball. Still a battle. Broderick keen to make amends. Throws it on the boot. It floats towards the pocket, but Colbert goes back. He's been very good this afternoon. His 11th possession, a chancy one. Lord almost the mark. Now Scholl comes away. Those two players helping Colbert right there. The ball bounces up towards the wing. Wigney approaches it first, picks it up, running out of time and space, and goes across the line.
So Gary Ayres still hasn't used his bench other than the blood rule, as Mark Bairstow over there with Len Thompson. Some radio commentary on the game, but it's At this stage, a status quo for the bench as it was prior to half-time for Geelong.
Mark Best, I wouldn't mind what he's seeing at the moment as Couch kicks down towards half forward, down towards Brownless, and it's over the line for another throw-in. Brownless kicked a couple in the first quarter as we have a look at the Tiger bench. But here's the throw-in. Brownless, a little swat. Over the top it comes from Pickering towards Couch. A roundhouse only goes as far as the chest of Jamie Tate. Off to Campbell. Wayne Campbell from half-back has a look downfield as they desperately try and start something. It's Bond and Riccardi and now Tudor. Lee Tudor stabs it in towards half-forward and Colbert marks. He kicked a goal in the first quarter, gives it away towards Mensch, chips in towards half-forward once again, inside 50, and Buddha Hocking. A relieved captain earlier this year. It appeared to take considerable pressure from his shoulders. He passes to Riccardi, who had a quiet start but then dashed into the game with 2 goals. One was quite sensational. That's not a good kick towards Ablett. He's under pressure. They lose it. Poor play, and Knights is away. Back towards the half-back line. Tudor is there. Miranda comes in against him. And it's going to be a free kick. Must have been out on the full.
Gary certainly wouldn't be happy with this little start. Riccardi wasting an opportunity up forward, and now Richmond with an opportunity on the wing.
Well, he had an opportunity, but he slipped, and a frustrated Wayne Campbell sees it over the line.
Nothing going right.
Well, tries the right thing, trying to get the ball moving on, but to no avail on that occasion.
Broderick to Knights to Rogers. Sold Campbell into trouble. Bounces down about 20 metres towards the half-forward line. Rogers comes again. Pulls it back towards his attacking 50. Mansfield leads back. Charles comes up to meet it. Knocks it down to the advantage of Maxfield. Nobody at home. Brown. Boundary umpire in the foreground takes a tumble. Missed that. One of the highlights so far in this third term. Taking a while to warm up. Good kick out of defence from Brown. Lord's got it. Barnes wants it. So does Pickering. It goes to the middle. And in fact, Scholl takes the mark. Half a dozen to choose from. Scholl plays on. Forward of the centre circle. Kicks for space. Ablett comes on a lead. Great courage by Tate, but it falls to Brewer. No justice there. And Brewer kicks a goal.
14 to the Cats. 14-4 plays 3-3, and their extraordinary kicking for goal continues. Oh, Mensch went through like a locomotive. Knights picks himself up. They have it down towards half forward. Scholl is there, gets it away to McGrath. Oh, and he did well. Kept his footing beautifully as he goes back towards the half-back line, and an excellent mark taken by Hocking. From half-back, he chips it in towards Pickering, who's about to have his 18th kick. Back he goes to Scholl. They're just setting it up from the half-back line, heading down towards half-forward. Fisted away from Brownless by Brendan Gale, and eventually over. And Wayne Campbell showing a little bit of frustration there. Paul Couch.
Well, Richmond really have to keep their mind on the job here now. It's their ability to win the football and win plenty of possessions that will turn this game around their way. And their ability to concentrate on that is most paramount at the moment.
So Couch off with the blood rule. Obviously enough. And a throw-in. Deere slaps it towards the line, and Hocking shepherds out Kellaway, and that ball again dribbles over the line.
How would you classify that, Terry? That's the reverse right-hand uppercut, I think. I haven't seen one like that before.
No, and Wayne Campbell will be feeling very disappointed with himself, I'm sure, at this stage.
Frustrating for him.
Yeah, but that shouldn't control his game, Sandy.
No,
He's got to be stronger than that.
Right. Broderick, who's been so desperately quiet, gets a left footer up towards half forward. Turner was on all fours. Here's a chance for Maxfield receiving from Daffy, but chopping off once again is Mansfield.
Teammates up ahead. Colbert. The call was touch ball, was it?
Yes.
Back downfield, so he had no chance of getting rid of it. And he's slow to get up. Lee Colbert has played very well this afternoon. And a bounce midway between half forward and wing for the Tigers. They could do with a goal. Turner knocks it down. Insightful, eh, Sandy? Lord towards half forward. Brownlow's got his right hand to it and out of bounds. Brownless started very well. He'll be a key in the grand final. Thrown in. Big leap by Barnes. Ball behind. Surely a free kick in front to Knights. Taking plenty of punishment to open this third term. Mensch got him peeling off the line from half back. And now that, I think it was Mensch again going over the top, was it? Son of a gun. Graham's got the ball. Ben Graham kicks in towards half forward. Brownless worked out of it. Well done by Gale. Brendan Gale feeds it off. This is Wigney peeling off from half back towards half forward. Knocked away by Graham. Coming through strongly was Maxfield. Eyes only for the ball, knocks it across the line.
There's one of the Tiger legends. Jack Dyer played in the 1931 side. He would be very disappointed with what he's seeing at the moment. Captain Blood from the throw-in. It's going to be a Tiger free kick. Lord was away, but it's going to come back to Stuart Wigney, who's on centre wing. This quarter has certainly seen very little scoring at the moment. It's the battle of the two defences. Campbell comes in strongly. The ball's pushed clear. It'll be socket off the ground, or an attempt was made to, initially by Broderick, and finally over the line. Michael Mansfield. Super Saturday continues on 7, with, of course, the big clash from the MCG. Wherever you may be viewing, just check your local guides for details. The Mensch dumped out of it, and a few ironical cheers this time from Cat fans as David Mensch has the free kick on halfback. They're controlling this game at the moment with relative ease. Barnes has been excellent. Loose players everywhere. Lord's one of them in the middle. He drifts it to half forward. Colbert, now look out here. Poor kick. Bauer comes through, and he's away for the Tigers. He wants Turner up on the half forward line. He's out in front of Graham. He doesn't hold the mark. Plays on now. Swings it back. Look out, Knights. Here comes Tudor. But he stands his ground, and he marks just forward of centre. Paul Couch, who left the ground because of the blood rule, appears to be okay. It's drifted in towards the pocket with Nash. Scholl hot on his hammer. He gives it to Miranda under pressure. He left foots it in towards full forward, but it's away to the left and out of bounds on the full. Let's go down to the boundary line for a report. Is that on Couchy, Dipper? Well, he appears to be okay.
Mansfield towards half-back. Barnes flew in front. And the ball across the line offhand. So a boundary throw in. Hardly any breeze. Grey overcast day, but the rain has stopped, at least for the moment. 14-4 to 3-3. The Tigers' great run appears to have come to an end. Rogers to Maxfield to Broderick. Fumble. Mansfield in the other direction. Rogers put down by Handley. Charles tracks it towards the line. A little sleight of hand back to Daffy. Sliding in there. Colbert, well played, pushes it across the line.
It's what I like when players are prepared to put their hand or their body right in where the ball is, in preference to putting a foot in, as perhaps Nick Daffy did there. Good aggression from Geelong.
Charles and Handley. Charles won it down, but Not too much gained. Pickering. Mensch, who's been terrific, marks in front, wants to go. There's been a key. Comes across Hickmott. No 50, or is there? Yes, there is. Took a while. Let's go down to Dipper.
The poor coach is about to come back on the ground. He's got a new jumper, new pair of shorts and a broken nose.
I think he'd trade the shorts and the jumper for a new nose. Hickmott. Alongside the centre circle. Kicks to centre half forward. Brownless. Fisted away by Gale. Broderick lost it. Ablett kept it alive. Well done to Tudor. Down towards the pocket. Riccardi hung on to. He dropped the mark. Well done by Bond. He got away with it. Kellaway into the path of Knights, who soccers off the ground, and it skids across the boundary line.
Worrying times for John Northey as Couch is back on for Hickmott.
And the apologetic phone call from the coach.
Yep.
Mensch, Wigney, Kellaway comes over the top. Broderick gets a hurried kick down towards Charles and Hanley, and Hanley sees it safely over the line. He's been very workmanlike today.
Just the one goal in this term so far.
Yes, it's been all Geelong, particularly in the marking department. They've been sensational. Couch has already lost a nose. The play goes on. Charles up towards half forward. Turner unable to take the mark, but he battles hard. Gets it out. Now they've got a chance. In towards the half forward line. It scoots across 50. Rogers has it right on 50. He kicks in towards full forward. Can someone take a mark? Miranda's there, and Knights goals.
7. Barnes knocks it down into the path of this man Hocking, who runs towards half forward. He's looking for Ablett on the lead, and he found him. Ablett looking to shed a little contact there. He's got this one just inside the 50. He's got 3 goals so far. That makes it 121 for the season. Best effort against the Tigers, 14, round 9 of 89. He won't surpass that today. Well, he shouldn't. Gary Ablett for his 4th. Look at the man on the mark. Even the great ones make some mistakes. Kellaway pokes it back outside the 50. Howard lunges after it. Broderick hard against the line, manages to get the boot away. Suddenly the crowd in that sector getting very involved. Here's Turner playing at centre half forward, right up the ground. Down towards the half forward flank. Daffy, who's been eclipsed by this man. Mansfield comes away and finds Couch. Daffy normally so good. He's a key on the forward line, but Mansfield certainly has had his measure. Paul Couch from the wing. Kicks inside the 50. Brownless works in front. Gale dropped the mark. Bond, tireless, throws it on the boot. For no one in particular. The boundary line will do. Well, how about that? And Bauer runs it across. It did stop in the field of play.
Just under 8 minutes. Yes, it's not a good day, my boy, is it? For the Tigers, Deere and Barnes. Barnes could have almost been held as Kellaway again has taken over the line.
Sandy Michael Gale coming on there, but I really think Kenny Hinkley now needs a run after spending so much time out of the game. Only minutes going to 3/4 time.
Well, Nick Daffy has had a disappointing day, and he's on the bench from the throw-in. Broderick had it, but only for a moment. Kellaway put his head down and said, "I'm going." He tried to. So too did Knights. Eventually, Couch will get the chance. Hurriedly onto the left foot. It's a high kick towards the 50. They all come screaming over the top and poke it over. Billy Brownless was the one they clambered over. It's another throw. Brownless has 2 goals today after his sensational 6 in the first half last week. But his side is well in command of the situation. Knights, Lord is right on his hammer. He gives it away towards Tape kicks into the man on the mark. Bow under pressure, quickly gets the hand pass away. Couch stands his ground. He'll want to get onto the left foot. He does from a standing start. Punts it towards Ablett. Couldn't take the mark. Brewer is there as well. So too Hocking. Needs to give it away. He does to Colbert. Another quick one across to Tudor. Tudor's 48 metres out. Goes in towards full forward. They can't take a mark. And it's Gale on the last line of defence.
Ah, yes. Where will he go? Benny, for your thoughts. Gets it across towards Kellaway. Kellaway up from the back pocket. Oh. Not a particularly good kick. Gives it away. It'll be coming back. Pickering from 60 metres out. Back goes Ablett. In comes Bond. Beats the pair of them and bounces through for a behind. 14-5 to 4-3. It's a whitewash so far. The Tigers, still enough time, but their football has been so disappointing this afternoon after what's been a triumphant season for them. Kellaway, superbly done. Pickering, a little looper. Knights, well, he runs into another dead end, this time supplied by Handley. This third term has been pretty hectic as far as this man's been concerned. Whoa. That's the third time he's been put down, Matthew Knights. But still, he shows courage. He wins the next ball and boots it inside the 50. Scholl leads back in the race. Miranda, too easy. Scholl slipped away. Gets it away. This is Graham. Where will he go? Squares the ball. Confidence paramount now in these Geelong players. McGrath to the wing. Brown striding out. How will it sit? It runs on obligingly for him. Should have grabbed it the first time, but still he goes Brown. Now he's got a problem. Wigney got him down. Maxfield, so a rebound opportunity for the Cats, or rather the Tigers.
And here comes Maxfield up towards the half-forward line. Miranda comes steaming out. Couldn't take it on the half volley. Neither could Rogers pick it up, but Campbell does. In towards Turner. No mark. Play on. Over the top he comes. He pounces clear. Naish a chance. He wobbles it through. At last for another one. 33. Naish getting his first goal. Couch. Knights. Oh, beautifully done by Couch. The way he just paddled it back. He controlled it with the one hand, then flicks it towards Brewer. He can't quite complete the mark, but Riccardi will have it. Can he get on the left? He'll go over the top towards Brewer. 25 out. Shane Brewer. One behind. Gary Ayres. I think you might find yourself in another grand final, Gary. What a grand finals player he was. Dual Norm Smith medalist was Bond. Marks on halfback. He'll go to Broderick. Coming up for only his fifth kick. Now Campbell, who has incurred the wrath of the Tiger fans. Back to Broderick, picking up a couple of possessions now. In towards the 50. McGrath's in front, tries to get a fist away. Wigney is close to the boundary line. Can the big man keep it in? No, he can't. So a throw in Richmond's left forward pocket region. Handley, Charles. A chance for Charles, but they've been pinged. And in frustration, he hands it back to Colbert. We'll head towards Couch territory on the outer side. Again, he keeps it in beautifully off to Pickering. Liam Pickering was the one who set it up so well in the first quarter. He was sensational. Now Brewer, as the rain continues to fall. Down towards Riccardi. Quiet early, but then stormed into the game. Look at the control as he tries to keep it in. Lost it eventually to Kellaway. They're not out of the woods yet, however. He gives it towards Jamie Tape. Tape kicks to centre wing. There's no one at home but David Mensch.
He takes a wild as Mensch, put down eventually. Broderick slaps it out to Naish. Naish towards the half-forward line. Charles at the second attempt almost. Didn't come off. And now Colbert strolls away. Mansfield has been terrific. Lord had to wait. Oh, nicely done. Pulled it out of his hip pocket. Lord alongside the centre circle. Down towards half-forward. Brendan Gale over the top. Knocks it down. Pickering. Over the ball, Broderick's got him. Play goes on. Whistle now. Pickering 23 possessions. Most of them in the first half. He's drifted out of the game in this term. Tommy Hafey, well, his Tigers, his beloved Tigers, in all sorts of trouble. Pickering again inside the 50 from behind. Bauer knocks it down. Dragged out of there was Lord. Hinckley, deft touch into the path of Brewer. He's looking very dangerous. He likes a socket as Brewer. Ran into
There's
it.
one.
Off the ground. It's a goal. Hinckley's got it.
Ken Hinckley, 15-6, plays 5-3. Knights tries to belt it out of the centre, only as far as Brown and Maxfield, who lock it up, then sock it off the ground. Down towards left half forward for the Tigers. Turner gives chase, but Mansfield's in front. Maxfield just about takes him over the line. And we'll have a throw-in. Just a couple of minutes remaining in this third quarter. The Tigers unable to make any impression, and is on your bike as far as David Mensch is concerned. From the throw-in, Couch, head down, bottom up. Charles almost threw it out. Knights couldn't take it. He ran into a brick wall in the form of Pickering. It's close to the boundary line on the other side. Lord being hassled by Michael Gale. Gale gets the hand pass away towards Campbell. They won't forget him. Fisted down in front. Charles came over the top, could have given away a free kick, but Miranda instead goes down towards the forward line. McGrath leads in the race. He pushes defensively towards the line, and he's been a very good defender, Terry.
He has been exceptional right throughout, and even the game against Footscray controlled across the half-back line. But we just saw David Mensch on the bike in the race. I mean, great innovation, that keeping the players warm and mobile as they take their turn as a spell on the bench.
Handley over the top for a repeat performance.
Handley has been good too.
Yep.
Sorry, they're very good. You can see the strapping on the right shoulder, a pre-season injury, but got his way back into the side. Perhaps a third of the way through the season, has been very valuable at centre half back for the Cats.
He wins it. Campbell gives it across to Naish. Naish flicks it round his body in towards full forward. Free kick's gone the way of Geelong. There was holding on there. And it'll be taken by McGrath again on the last line of defence.
Tim McGrath in short. Liam Pickering plays on. Goes close to the boundary line. Very close. Out of bounds on the full, I'd suggest. Colbert claiming the mark, but Campbell will get the kick. Campbell goes in short. This is Naish inside the 50. But no conviction again as they move the ball forward. Charles keeps it alive around the boundary, and Brown plays the percentages and pushes the ball across. Paul Brown back in defence now. Had a big day up forward in round 5. Booted 7 goals against the Lions. Versatile player. Charles on the left. Handley in front. Charles did well. Brown dragged off it. Handley soccers it forward. This is Knights. Miranda, the fumble. As a result, they'll lose it. Lord, hard against the line, into space. 2 against 1. Scholl's got the run of it. Some indecision. Hickman eventually did the right thing and got it to Scholl. Looping hand pass over the top to Graham, who goes in quest of Ablett. It's a beautiful kick. Ablett almost the one-hander. Knocks it goalward. Surely hanging on to Bauer. Again, Brewer soccers. And he misses, but it will come back, yes. And hanging on, in fact, was seen. So Bauer will get the free kick as we're down inside the last 40 seconds of this third term. The margin was 62 points. At half-time, it's now 63. Bauer out of the back pocket then. Brownless from behind. Gale almost the mark. Riccardi in front. Beautifully done. I'll mark this one. Oops. What's he done? Couch. Well, I may have been marking it, but Hinckley was too. I'm not sure he was looking for him. Most uncouch-like kick. But Hinckley has marked it about 10 metres out. Worse for wear, the sort of couch you'd find in a one-star hotel. He's battered and bruised and scratched. He's got a broken nose, but he's been a key player. Hinckley gets the goal after the siren. So the margin now 69 points.
Big game coming up next week.
Thank you, boys. Here's Deere. Set the wheels in motion for the final quarter. He wins it, but goes straight to Hocking, who pumps it high up towards the half-forward line. Brewer came over the top. Lord is waiting down. Give it across the belly. He does. Brownless from 35. Away goes Billy.
third goal to Brownless, and the Cats continue on their merry way.
Well, again, it was the centre bounce. Greg Deere had the dominance there, but Hocking was the one to get the ball free, and just so much space within this Geelong forward line. I think this venue has really favoured Geelong. They've been able to spread their forward line structure a little bit more, so there's some meterage around each of the forwards, and they've certainly had the skills today to maximise those opportunities.
Rucks go at it. Deere knocks it down. Gathers the bouncing ball. Graham lost it. Mansfield kicks it towards the outer side wing. Pickering. Kellaway did well. Worked his way in front. Claimed by Pickering. And out of bounds she goes. 10 goal kickers for the Cats this afternoon. Heartening.
Very heartening, Dennis. I think some of the scribes had that with Ablett returning, there'd be too much focus and too much attention put on him, but it's been well spread again.
Broderick comes away, kicks down towards half foot. Good kick to Michael Gale. Couldn't hang on. Then who was hanging on? It was Brown on the way down. So Gale will get the free. Plays on wide of the mark and has to come around. And as a result, they could lose a free player down the ground. They need to get it quickly down to Bond, who still hasn't been checked, although he is now. So Gale, little option, but to kick for space. On the lead is Charles. Handley, a timely fist, got it in there. Daffy, well held this afternoon. Still he goes. Bond close to the boundary line, kept it in. Riccardi has been at both ends of the ground, now in a back pocket. 2 goals this afternoon, Peter Riccardi. Geelong on top. Riccardi towards Brown. Well done by Michael Gale. Timely nudge. Perfectly fair from 60 metres out. Back towards full forward. Big leap from Turner. Through his hands and to behind.
Well, Gary Ayres will be certainly looking forward to a tough encounter tonight at the MCG because Geelong seemingly getting through this game quite unscathed, except for the cut above Paul Couch's nose.
Yes, in fact, the past month hasn't been too tough for them, Terry.
No, they had a good, I think it was Hawthorn, Fitzroy to run into the finals, so they're certainly looking fresh at this stage.
Brewer over the line after the kick came down from Hickmott and another throw-in. Shane Brewer, who's had an excellent season, playing every game. That looks like Grant Tanner.
Missed last year's grand final too, Sandy, so you can only hope that he gets himself up for this one.
Yes, there he is, the former Nord boy.
Actor at Rawhide too, wasn't he?
The rifleman, I think. Drew calls him.
Yes.
Here's the throw-in. Deere, Kellaway caught. It's at the bottom of that pack, and it will stay there until the umpire arrives on the scene for another bounce.
Actually, Terry, if he is fit, that's a pretty tough call for the selectors, isn't it?
It is going to be. Gary Ayres has perhaps backed it in a little bit because he hasn't used his bench all that much, so unfortunately the boys sitting on the bench haven't had an opportunity to stake a claim for the grand final side.
Broderick's kick goes down towards centre wing. Brown and Turner clash. Good bump by Turner. Here's Hickmott off to Hocking. They're starting to run again. The Cats towards half forward towards Brownless. Couldn't take it in front of the eyes. Needs help. Looking for the free kick, and he will get it. Will be Stuart Wigney. Taken high. Wigney plays on. Goes wide to Jamie Tape, who's got a bit of time. Tape kicks up towards the right half forward line. Miranda's his target. He doesn't let him down. Here he goes.
Cuts back infield. Kicks inside the 50. McGrath couldn't complete the mark. Battles on with Rogers. Held in there, says the umpire. And the bounce about 40 metres out from the Tigers' attacking goal.
What an incredible career for Tim McGrath. 3 years at North Melbourne for just 7 games, and now just an integral part of this good Geelong side.
Best and fairest with the Cats. Off the ground by McGrath. Through the hands of Brown. Miranda, a couple of times today, has had a chance and fumbled. Still, it's Greasy. Colbert combining. Riccardi, and now Lord comes up towards the centre. Scholl. A wave of Cats coming down the ground. The kick inside the 50. How it came to Hocking. like a pinball machine there. He bounced around. Eventually it spills to Bauer. There's a whistle, and a free kick is going to Richmond.
Against Ablett, I think.
Yes, he'll pull Jamie Tate back to take the kick. In the Shepherd there, Ablett did some scragging.
So Tate, deep in his own defensive area, pumps it in short. Howard's got it now.
He's on halfback. Their season has just another 15 minutes to run, Richmond. To centre wing, good strong mark taken by Colbert. It's one of the exciting youngsters. Started off well, beating a goal in the first term. Couch. To half forward, and that tells the story of the day. Here they go in towards Hinkley. He can't take the mark after coming off the bench. He's kicked a couple of goals. Hickmott there also, and a throw in the left forward pocket.
Interesting, Terry, that situation when Couch had the ball. Richmond have made a lot of halfway or non-decisions today, just going halfway, not to the man with the ball and not staying on the player they're on. Have you noticed that?
I have. They were really put off at the start with the dominance of the Geelong midfield, I think, and they've always been caught between taking their direct opponent or meeting the play with the ball.
Here's Ablett from Brownless. He's a bitter pill to swallow, the old Ablett tablet. He's already kicked 3, all of those in the second quarter.
Well, Billy doing the right thing here, just tossing it up to the top of the square. A little bit of a show of strength from Gary, and then prepared to hold the ball up and ask the umpire the question.
So from 25 out, he kicks number 4.
Did earlier, at their last 8 meetings, Geelong have beaten Richmond. 6 times they've booted over 20 goals. The other 2 occasions 19. Well, now they stand at 18, so remarkably consistent. History has turned into present time this afternoon. The form has proven good. Down goes Bond, taken very high. A real tough customer. Never gives up. He was born in the Tiger Premiership year, or was it? Yes, it was. John Northey was a player in that 69 side. The ball down towards half forward. Charles. He's about 60 metres out from goal. A bit happening as Charles goes for distance down towards full forward. McGrath will come over the top and fist towards the boundary, angles it away, and out she goes. $70,321 here at Waverley today. Some of them starting to leave their Richmond fans as Scholl paddles it away now. He'll soccer off the ground and gain valuable distance back towards the middle. Almost some holding on there. There is, said umpire Peter Carey, and back it comes. Hickmott will take it on centre wing and go. He does towards Barnes. Barnes has it on right half forward. He's got a $1,000 bet with that beard. Let's hope he wins it. Here's Ablett. They're finishing it off now, the Cats. And Gary Ayres finds himself involved in another grand final. Ablett for number 5. 45-degree angle. And going to be kicking from 45. Maybe a fraction further, so he opts to go short. It almost took the head of Sanderson. But they're not out of it yet. He may get another chance here. Hocking can give it to him. He almost threw it out the side. Ablett got the hand pass away, then followed it down, ran into Kellaway. Socket off the ground by Hickmott. But he slams it into the behind post, so Richmond will defend from that very last line, thanks to Gale. Off to Bond, who takes it on half-back and is away. Runs his full distance, goes towards Turner on centre wing, who was edged into the ball by McGrath, and Turner will go back and take his kick. He's looking for 50, not forthcoming. Scott Turner on the wing. It's a marvellous season. One of the form fullbacks of the competition. Goes to Naish. Down towards right half forward. Ablett is coming off the ground. Mensch will come back on. Meantime, Handley knocks it away from Charles. Broderick stood up in the tackle, gets it across to Rogers, who hurriedly throws it on the boot and finds a man standing on the behind line. That's Bauer. He's off to a hero's welcome. Gary Ablett. 4 goals this afternoon. Hasn't played a lot of football in the last 6 weeks. And Mensch on the ground, certainly a key factor early in this game. Now Bauer with 50 is directly in front, and he's kicked the goal, his first.
Bauer gets the Tigers' 6th goal. 6-4 plays 18-6. Deer wins it out in the centre. He charges forward but is beaten by Brown. Just gets his kick away in time. Puts it out towards the wing. It's a wobbly old bounce for Paul Couch, who'll want to run round to get onto that left foot, and he does exactly that. Up towards right half forward, through the hands of Wigney. He looked back at the umpire, but the ball's still with Jamie Tape. Tape is on half back, flicks it up towards centre wing. Difficult one for Knights, got up with the one hand, and eventually it's over the line.
So Kenny Hinkley now becomes the official captain with both Hocking and Ablett off.
Well, they'd like that, Kenny. It's been a long time. Bond tries to charge through the pack. He's got no hope of getting through there. And there'll be another bounce. Colbert has been very, very good. Here's Barnes and Deer once again. A little bit going on off the football.
Oh, Matthew.
Oh, dear.
Pure frustration for the Tigers at the moment.
And no point this late in the day.
No.
The Law just goes short to Barnes. He'll go short to Riccardi.
And this frustrates you even more when the opposition just keep tossing it around.
Well, that's all they're doing now.
Taking their best players off.
This is Brewer. And we've still got 10.5 minutes to go. Shane Brewer into the pocket. Can he get there, Billy? Yeah, he juggles it. Tight angle this time, but in the past couple of weeks he's done virtually nothing wrong. He wants to go short, and Barnes, well, he's bettered the angle by probably 15 degrees.
But he's worsened the quality of the kicker, with all respect to Barnes.
Well, he's going to go short. He heard you.
Right.
You're dead right. McGrath will give it to Riccardi, but he needs his left foot badly. Have another go, Barnesy, from a standing start. Bang! High and towards full forward. Brownless is in the big pack of players. It's belted over the line by John Howe, conceding a behind. Phone call for Ablett. He's a busy man.
Cats need to be a bit careful they don't get into bad habits here. That was pretty slack play all around right there.
Yes, it was. There still needs to be a purpose. I thought Billy Brownless should have had a shot for goal. He's a specialist goal kicker, and to pick up another one at the end of the day would have done him the world of good.
Tape took the mark, gave it to Wigney. Yes, they're only less than 10 minutes away from playing in a grand final. So they've got to ride it right out here. Here's Turner, taken high surely, and he'll get the free kick on the outer side. Scott Turner. (18-7), 6-4. Here it is again. Turner goes in short. This is Prescott. Across the ground. Wigney in space. Goes right down the gut with a spiral. Geelong have got the numbers back there though, and Scholl, what a pickup he's been, drifting back to take the mark on his chest.
24 disposals today, Dennis.
Barnes superb. His 12th mark in short, and Colbert. So many good players this afternoon. And this young man, another of them. Couch comes on a lead. Never stops. Paul Couch towards Mensch. Well, that's simply too easy. That should have been a free kick, surely. Socket off the ground by Hinkley, gained about 10 metres. Bond slipped over. This is a tough time for players of both teams. Geelong know they're through to the grand final. They need to be a little careful in terms of injury. This is Barnes finessing over the ball. Miranda slung him. And the Tiger players, as Couch hasn't got the ball, the Tiger players simply want to get off the ground.
Should there be a mercy rule, perhaps, Dennis?
Who would decide that? It's a bit like euthanasia, isn't it?
Yes, the white towel. The coach be able to throw it into the green.
Couch has it on half-back. Again, just a little chip to Shane Brewer down on centre wing. But he's been a real live wire for them, Brewer.
Been a very good player. Very good player.
My word.
Brewer, he's really added to some real aggression at the ball in that forward line, and particularly early in the game today when it was needed, he was right there.
Pickering towards Brownless. Gale comes over the top. And a throw. A bit of staging that went unnoticed. Now be careful, Brownless and Bullis. And the latter has given away a free kick. Billy finds himself with the football. Kicking from just inside 50. 45-degree angle. Nothing in that. He was running back, but then it was there. So Brownless from 49 metres. That's a lovely kick, Billy. Thank you, Paul Bullis, he says.
Points. Bullis and Brownless. Riccardi tries to push his way through. Meantime, it comes across towards Lord, who brands a teammate there. It ricochets off Hinckley and comes out towards the boundary. Was he pushed in the back? Yes, he was. He'll get the free kick. Ken Hinckley, a couple of goals in the previous term. And will be better for the run. Squares the ball to Barnes, who is close to best on ground.
That's Barnes' 21st disposal, and Geelong have 5 players with 20 or more disposals, whereas Richmond, Matthew Knights is the only player to reach that statistic.
Brewer to Sanderson. All too easy. These leads just up the ground as looks like Gale is coming off. Oh, he's copped a nasty one. Well, that's a terrible way to end the season. He's had a fine season. A little quieter in recent weeks, but he's been one of the keys as far as this team's concerned.
It's
friendly fire.
It's his brother.
The friendliest fire. Over the top, Michael got him. Well, it's been that sort of day.
They'll discuss that. They share a house together, but this band plays in a rock band called Trial by Video. I'll be interested to see how they perform tonight.
Maybe he doesn't have to sing.
Mr. and Mrs. Gale back home in Tasmania watching it.
Oh, dear.
What a day Michael has had, and that has compounded at no end.
Meantime, Sanderson, after the stoppage, kicks inside the 50, and the mark is held by Greg Deere. And now a free kick is going to Barnes. Shepherding. Well, this is so sad for Richmond. They're finishing the season virtually as a rabble. And they've had a wonderful year. Brendan Gale bore the brunt of Michael. Also hard at that one.
Also plays with contact lenses, so
it's a terrific play. But now it's Barnes who's been a terrific player this afternoon. When it counted, he pulls it left behind.
.122 plays 40, and under 6 minutes remaining. Bauer in the back pocket. So Geelong have had 2 very, very convincing thrashings in their grand final lead-up. Here's Brewer passing towards half-forward, towards Billy Brownless. He won't get round in time. It's picked up by Campbell. He's close to the boundary line, and he's taken over by Brownless. And Paul Couch there with him. He has a memory, and we have a throw-in. Mensch beaten. Couch, look at Bond go. He will not give up, but it's Hinckley who sockers it forward over the line on centre wing. As Ken Hinckley eases himself back in, there's Michael Turner, former Geelong champ, son of Leo. Of course, 2 Geelong greats there from the Turner family. Broderick struggled to get kicks all day. To half forward, Knights. But it's a free kick going against Turner, and it's going to go the way of McGrath. Just on the defensive side of centre. He goes short to Riccardi. Riccardi goes on with it again to McGrath, who just drifted down almost to the middle. Players going everywhere. It's a zigzag at the moment. This is Hickmott still on half back. Geelong fans delirious. Brewer towards centre wing. Kellaway could have almost been holding on, but it's Bond at the back. Despite the attempts of Pickering to smother, gets his kick only as far as Hickmott.
It'll be interesting to see the figures of Richmond inside the 50 because they've done so little attacking today. There's Brown, and that should be 50. This is terrible stuff from the Tigers.
For the Tigers supporters, Dennis, I mean, they're in the outer. I mean, they've got their flags and their scarves going. I mean, they're giving it everything they've got.
Good on them. They're defiant, but the team at the present time is simply going through the motions and not quite getting it right. As Brown comes in short to Couch. Just no pressure in this game at all. It's like keep it off. Hickmott's got it. 75 metres out. And now the Cats fans in the crowd paying the Tigers back in kind. And of course, as they do that, they're pointing to the scoreboard as well. Hinkley. I haven't seen this in a game at this level before. Just players offering these little leads and they're just chipping it around as though it were a practice. Next week, a grand final beckons for those people. As the kick in from Hinkley, that's better, some distance in it. A regular pack forms and the ball's out of bounds in the pocket. There's Barnes, terrific performance by him this afternoon. John Barnes, 12 marks, 19 kicks, 2 hand passes. John Northey, what a terrific coach. Got Melbourne up. He's got the Tigers up next year. They could be very, very strong. They'll be better for this. And now a free kick is going to Barnes. He was taken high. So Barnes only about 20 metres out. A deafening din at Waverley. You would think just a point separated these two teams. As Barnes kicks and kicks truly. So the margin 88 points, the dying minutes of the game. Barnes goes up, beaten by Deere, who slaps it out wide. Storming through is Kellaway. Well played. Kicks inside the 50. They've rarely been down here. Scholl, who's been very resolute, leads back in the race and crosses the boundary line. And cops it well across the boundary and will get the free. Well, this is terrible stuff. And now we've got a supporter on the ground. Supporter is, I think, booming it up a little bit. And off he goes. Well, waving the colours, but he's no credit to them. Here's Scholl, told to play on. Around Charles on the mark. Kicks it out wide. Riccardi, too much carry for him. Pickering, the next man in the queue, soccers it down towards half forward. Hickmott comes up to meet it. Good pick up too. Feeds it back inside. Pickering, a deft kick. Nicely done towards the boundary, and Riccardi, he's about 55 metres out. He looks for Brownless and he hits him. Got the target. So Brownless finishing in a blaze of glory, as are the Cats. And he will kick from about 30 metres out.
Riccardi's left foot, it's a very deadly one. He's been good around the goals, but this time feeding Brownless on the lead.
This for number 5. And he's missed. But they've got their 20 again today.
29, 129. Richmond is 6-4 of 40. Bauer brings it in. He finds Bond. Goes short to Broderick. Broderick pops one over the top. But the chant is for one side only now as Bullis goes wide, and that is for Geelong. Kellaway. A tired kick goes towards the centre. It ricochets away from Turner towards the boundary line. Turner picks himself up and sees it over. And the good news is that Brendan Gale is okay. He's on the interchange area, and it looks as though he may come back just to finish the game. There he is. He can talk noses with Paul Couch after this game's finished. Lord, Knights. Knights battles hard. Kicks down towards right half forward. Down towards Charles and Hanley. The former has it. He arcs around now. He's giving away ground. He's still giving away ground. Eventually he gets his kick. It's high, just about inside 50. Brown was the flyer. They pounce upon it on 50. And a bounce. Charles and Colbert, that looks like, with Hanley trying to do the refereeing work.
The Geelong players just need to walk away from that situation now, Sandy. The umpire's in control of the ball.
Last thing you want, isn't it, with 35 seconds of a game to go, especially a preliminary final. Lord will soccer off the ground. He does, gaining 40 metres. And it's another throw-in.
He's been very good today, Aaron Lord. He's worked extremely hard, opened up on Matthew Knights, and everywhere Knights has been, Lord's had the answers for him.
So the Cats advance to yet another grand final. The lights will be on at Corio Bay tonight as Johnny Howard comes steaming clear. Kicks towards half forward. Barnes just about best on ground, Barnesy. He has been sensational. Off he goes to McGrath, who finds his co-redhead in Hickmott. Hickmott, under pressure, it doesn't matter. He finds his mark in Brown. You won't get another go, Benny Gale. The Cats are into the grand final. Go, Barnesy! And what a win to march into yet another grand final. Let's go down to the boundary line. Here's Dipper.
Thanks very much, Sandy. Well, Brad Shaw, you played every game this year. One to go, son.
Yeah, well, it's good, man. Right, the boys done really well. I mean, don't know if the breakdown or anything, but we come out here today and we knew we had to do a job and we done it, so it's good.
Now, the conditions of the ground, do you think the week's rest did you well?
Yeah, I think so, mate. I mean, give you time to get over those little niggly injuries and all that sort of stuff. It was great.
Now, your own form this year, you've been determined to stay in the side all year?
Yeah, I'm right, mate. I've been given a chance and sort of had to grab it and playing in the grand final.
And see the camera, give a big smile to the camera. He's a happy man, Sandy. Well done, Brad.
Yeah, it's been an excellent performance, an excellent team performance. What a finals run by this side. They beat Footscray by 82 points, and they've belted Richmond now by 89 points. They've had a week's rest. Tonight they'll watch Carlton and North Melbourne belt hell out of each other to see who will play them, Terry, in the grand final. And the Cats now must advance to next week with some degree of confidence.
Oh, they've been well prepared. Their run into the final, Hawthorn and Fitzroy, and then, as you just mentioned, two convincing victories in the final series, and they have been most convincing. Extremely well played, good centre field, good forwards, but for mine, an excellent defence led by Tim McGrath really is the mainstay of Geelong at the moment.
Disappointment for Tigers as Wayne Campbell hangs his head and leaves the ground. Nick Daffy also. A bit of disappointment because it's a sour way to finish such a sensational year for Richmond. Full credit to John Northey and his team and his players because they have given us an outstanding season, and they, above anyone else, would be so disappointed to have finished in the manner that they have today.
Well, their season's, Sandy, I mean, 15 wins and a draw from the 22 home and away games, and really suffered only the one heavy loss in the home away series, and that ironically was to Geelong in round 8 by some 72 points. So there only two real hiccups have been against the Cats, and yes, it is disappointing that it hasn't finished this way, but certainly it's been a season that Richmond have captured the imagination of the football public, and one that they can be well proud of.
Well, they've been queuing up for tickets down at Geelong now for days. I would imagine those queues will be extended in the next 24 hours. Here are the Cats in the rooms. One to go for Geelong. Who will it be? Carlton for North Melbourne. Well, we're at the halfway stage of our Super Saturday on 7 Sport. We'll know the answer later tonight, but for now we'll take a break from Waverley.
Congratulations on a terrific win today.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, it was. It was a real one that we obviously had to win, and of course the boys, you got to take your hat off to them today. They performed with distinction, and they really took Richmond apart.
Were you a bit worried with the weather before the game? Do you think that that could have affected your game?
No, not really, because I thought if it was going to be a slog, we'd be in a better position because we had the week off last week. So really they played in quite hot conditions, and of course they came from 5 goals behind, and I really felt that would favour us.
And how did you use last week's rest? Did you get the pitches and the Zoom and things like that?
No, we didn't do anything like that, mate. We just trained Saturday morning for about an hour and a half. And then myself and the rest of the members of the match committee, we went to the game and watched Essendon and Richmond, and there was about 15 boys that also went and watched the game.
Now, you've played many finals with the Hawks, of course, and do you think that's helped you through this finals campaign?
Oh, I hope so, Rob. You know, like you probably call on your experience as a player, and I think the preparation has certainly got to be relaxed and calm and really try and keep the lid on everything, and we'd rather be doing all that talking out there on the ground.
Now today, Brad Scholl played a terrific game, and of course Pickering. I mean, the unsung heroes of your side played quite well today.
Yeah, well, I've asked that all throughout the course of the year, Rob, and we've really had to do that because you got your Hockings and your Couches and your Ablets and those guys that really do carry the can because of their status, but we really have got to get that improvement from those players for us to be a better side.
Now, it's a big week coming up for the club. Obviously, Geelong will be pumping all week. You're going to try and keep the lid on it?
Oh, well, we have to. And, look, that's all part of the grand final build-up, isn't it? And, you know, the lucky thing is that we've been through it, 3 times before in the last 6 years. So I think we really do know what's ahead of us, and we're just going to make sure we keep everything right, keep the perspective right on what we've done today, and it's just given us another opportunity to play in the grand final.
Just one question I'd like to ask you, because as a player, you get your motivations off your teammates or whatever. As a coach, I mean, a new coach, a new boy in town, and you've done very well. Where do you get your motivation from?
Oh, I do a lot of reading of certain things, and I'm quite keen on the American scene, whether it be basketball or the American football, and a bit of reading and just try and get some, I suppose, thoughts from those particular areas.
You haven't read my book, obviously.
I read it in 5 minutes, Rob.
Well done, Gary Ayres, and congratulations, and good luck next week, and a terrific effort, mate.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Yes, well done, Dipper. I can't work out why it took Gary that long, actually, to read your book, but nevertheless, there it is. The winning coach today, Gary Ayres, and the Cats into their 4th grand final in the past decade. A marvellous performance. Who are they going to play? Is it going to be Carlton, or is it be more than happy?
It certainly is, Sandy. Well, are you happy about playing the grand final next week?
I certainly am, Dipper, yeah, looking forward to it, and hopefully we can sort of atone for last year's performance.
Now, your stats today were just terrific. You had plenty of run in your legs, obviously very fresh after your week.
Yeah, the week off certainly helped the boys, and we got a bit of a jump early and certainly helped us, yeah.
Now, did you expect Richmond to really come out firing with all guns? Like they have had a terrific season this year, but today very disappointed.
Well, I think, I really think full credit to Richmond. I think they've had a very hard hit out last week, and I think they probably lacked a little bit of run early in the game, and I think, we took toll of it.
Now, today, I mean, you've played terrific football throughout the season. You've got that one more week. I mean, you've been there the last 3 years, so can you do it, you feel?
Well, I think we can, yeah. There's a really good spirit at the club at the moment. I think we're playing well as a team. We're teaming really well together, and we're quietly confident we can go very well.
Now, is your training tomorrow morning?
Yeah, we've got a bit of training in the morning. We've got, I think 10:30. We've got to run down there. Yeah.
Are you going to football tonight?
No, I won't go. I'll sit home and watch it on telly, I think, and size up how the teams are going, and hope they have a really good physical game.
Well, congratulations on your own performance. You'll always remember a finals game when you play well, and people always remember your game, and good luck next week.
Thanks, Dipper.
Running 40 metres out in front of the square. First bounce for Kernan went early. Madden